So, it is artist check-in time. So, it is it is super duper late. I meant to do this earlier, but it slipped my mind for a moment. So, now I'm here at almost 1:30 in the morning doing my artist check-in. I was literally just laying down and then I remembered, I'm like, I didn't do my artist check-in. So, good news. My half of book has been upgraded to a whole new one. I went on a random side quest technically yesterday. Yeah, on Saturday. So I went to Harlem because there was this lady and she made a post on Facebook Marketplace giving away just free shit. And I saw the book in the picture. I saw it in the picture and I'm just like, I hope it's still there when I get there. And when I got there, literally everything that was in the picture was there. I don't think anybody had been to her house yet. One thing about women, this is just like completely off topic, but side note. One thing about women, they truly are detectives. They will find shit out. Bro, I found this lady's building because she didn't post her address, even though she's leaving tomorrow. But it's New York, you never know. You feel me? So she didn't post the address. And I found the building based on two pictures. Two pictures. Inside of the, she was like, kind of, what is it? The description, you know, when they're taking pictures and showing you what the stuff is or whatever. There was this one angle that had this building, like you could see this building outside the window. So I looked for those two buildings that I could see outside the window. And I'm like, all right, it's across the street from there. I went to the two buildings across the street from there. The first building I went to didn't have the apartment number that I was looking for. I was looking for a number and a letter. It just had numbered apartments. I went to the next building over, and sure enough, I rang her bell or whatever because, you know, I saw it. It had the number, letter, apartment. I rang her bell. She wasn't there. So I waited maybe 30 minutes, maybe less, not that long. And she was the first person to come into the building. She was the first person to walk in. I was like, hey, do you know if this person lives here? And she was like, that's me. I'm like, what? So boom. Yeah. First thing I grabbed. I had to get it. I needed a new one. I had this book for 2 years. And most of the books that I've had for a few years are mostly well taken care of. They're pretty much all well taken care of. They usually stay on my shelf. But this book, I kind of travel with this book everywhere. Everywhere. I have been in so many different places. I have been to, when I first bought it, I lived in Brooklyn. Moved here. I had it for a while. I didn't really do it. Then I started doing it again last year. Didn't finish it, but when I started school, I would kind of walk around with it because I kept meaning to get to it and I never really got to it. But yeah, at that time I was staying in Manhattan for a little bit. Yeah, I was staying in Manhattan for a little bit. So I took this book everywhere. I think I took this to Florida with me too. I may or may not have. Either way though, this book has been on an adventure. I'm still gonna keep it. I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna I don't know, I'm gonna try to fix it in some way, shape, or form. I'm gonna try to fix it. Yeah, this book is gonna be in a museum one day. It's gonna be in a museum, yeah. Ani read this specific one, this specific book. Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna put over here. So let's get to the check-in real quick. Let's not make this super long because I do feel sleepy. So let me get my butt to bed. I have to do this task. I gotta do most of the tasks here, but we're not gonna talk about that. I started to do one, so you feel me? I do what I can. I do what I can throughout the weeks. That's how I've gotten through this journey, because if I'm being real, the old me would have been like, if like the way I've been doing the journey, like the old me would have used that as an excuse to stop altogether and be like, oh, you gotta redo this over because you didn't do this and you didn't do that, so you're not doing it right. So yeah, but I kept going. I did it. I've been doing this journey imperfectly, and I feel like I've been doing a great job. I've been doing it my way, and I feel like that's the most perfect way to do it. And I feel like I mentioned this before, but everyone's journey with the artist way is not the same. There's probably someone out there who did every single task every motherfucking week. I wanted to be that person. I didn't. I didn't do that. Maybe another time. Maybe I'll do this again sometime soon. You know, it has been really fun. I do feel like, I don't know, my artist dates, they have been really fun. Don't get me wrong. But I do feel like I want to come up with something like really fun, spontaneous, something really super outside of the box, outside my comfort zone. I'm trying to think of what exactly would that look like for me. What would that be? You know, I did have the idea, to go camping. But to go camping, you gotta be warm out. You gotta be prepared. You gotta have a lot of stuff going on when you go camping. Especially in like state parks and stuff, because I think like I was looking up one of these state parks and they like real life be having bears and shit in them. They real life be having bears. Like, I thought that was like some shit from the movies, bro. They real life be having bears and shit. So you really gotta go prepared if you want to go camping. Anyways, let's get to this check-in. I've been yapping for a little bit. How many days this week did you do your morning pages? I did them 6 out of 7 days. Yes, I did them 6 out of 7 days. Hey, better than last week. I think I only did them 5 days last week. It's okay though. Or I think I only did them 4 days last week. I did them 4 days and I skipped 3. But hey, progress. Shit happens. I did them 6 days. This week I'm gonna do them 7 days, every single day. I've been working on building a new schedule. Word. Has reading your pages changed your writing? Okay, so I started to read my pages a little bit. I didn't fully read through all of my pages because 8 weeks of morning pages, oh my goodness, that's a lot of reading. And then like just kind of reading some of those pages, like, and remembering the times, like remembering how I felt like during those times. It just, I don't know, it just felt like, I don't know what's the perfect word to describe it, but just remembering that, I don't like, you know, I just remember how sad I felt when I first started. I remember how like I was taking this medication, which is something I've never done in my life before, taking medication, which was for like anxiety, and it was also for like nightmares for PTSD. But yeah, that's something I've never done before, like taking medication. And I feel like those medications was just like really just having a lot of effects on my body that I just fully didn't understand, and I couldn't really like shake it. I couldn't shake it. Like, it was just this feeling in my body that I just like, it didn't feel good. So I'm glad I stopped taking that medication, because it wasn't for me. And, you know, maybe there one day is something that's out there for me. I think my meditation has like been helping. I feel like creativity, like keeping myself busy, is something that helps me. Keeping myself doing something, like, yeah, just being creative, you know, trying to give myself like tasks and like schedules to do things. It makes my life feel easier. It makes me feel like I got motion, I'm doing stuff. So yeah, that's my medication, just keeping my body moving, doing my best. So has my pages changed since I read? Okay, so I did read some of the writing, and has my pages changed? I feel like a little, maybe. I feel like then and now, like I still feel like a little like self-conscious of like writing certain stuff down. Like, I won't write it down because, yeah, just some things are just, you know, you get through it by just getting through it. You don't think on it too much. Don't do too much on it. Just get through it. It's gonna be okay. But also there's like this thing, all right, when I was younger, I used to journal. I used to journal when I was younger. I had a diary. And my siblings used to read that diary and make fun of me. I know that I am a grown-ass adult and nobody can take my books and read them. But I just think about that. I think about that. So writing certain shit down, I just don't do it. I just don't do it. Not at all. I do feel like, though, okay, when I think about it a little bit, I do feel like my pages sometimes, they kind of look like how my diary entries used to look when I was younger. Like, some of the things I write about, like people I've dated and things that I feel like I'm going through during the times. Yeah. So it just be some other shit going on sometimes that I be thinking about, that I just be like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna write this. I'm not gonna write this. But maybe I should write it, because maybe it'll help me process it. Because I do remember saying in the past that like the pages help me process shit. They do. So maybe it will be easier if I write about it. I did try to write about it before, but shit, maybe try again. Okay. Are you still allowing yourself to write them freely? I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to let myself write freely as possible, because I deserve that. I deserve to not hold on to shit. I deserve to let go and release and put it on the pages, so that I can go through my days feeling lighter and happier and more beautiful and more good, you know. But yeah, so I do my best to always let myself write freely, write what I need to talk about, write what's on my mind. Yeah. Okay. Did you do your artist date this week? Let yourself do an extra one. What did you do? How did it feel? Okay, so my artist date this week, it kind of got messed up, but I did my nails. These fingers are supposed to be green, and this one just came off. Literally, these came off today. This one definitely came off today. This one messed up like 2 or 3 times. So I fixed it 2 times and now it's off again. This one literally just came off. This was orange, like this. You feel me? They matched. But I painted my nails because that was something I have been meaning to do for a couple weeks. I like to have pretty colors on my hands. And again, if you know me, like, colors mean so much to me. Like, just setting the intention for what is going on and what I'm trying to do in, not just in my spiritual, but in my physical aspects of life. Like, orange is for creativity and vitality. Gold is for wealth. Green is for money. Brown is for grounding and stability. And then hold on, like, I'm not even done because depending on the fingers, right? I believe this is the Jupiter finger. So Jupiter, money. You feel me? If you're spiritual, you understand. The middle finger. I forgot what finger this is. But it's good for wealth though. Ring finger, sun. Good for like, what's the word? I don't want to say ego, but like ego, like who you are, your identity, right? And then pinky's really good for like creativity. I forgot about which finger this also is. And the thumb, I also forgot what that is. But either way, it's thumbs are good for strength. Yeah. So boom. Yeah, that was a very intentional, fun date, and I just chilled, watched some My Hero Academia. Good ass show. Hell yeah. I just got to season 6, bro. This shit, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. I just found out the villain Dabi is Shoto Todoroki's older brother. That's Endeavor's oldest son. Yeah, so that's very interesting. That's what I've been watching lately. This is Star versus the Forces of Evil on my TV right now. I watch it to go to sleep sometimes. I've watched it though. I watched the whole series. It's pretty good too. Also a really good show. It says let yourself do an extra one. I was gonna do an extra artist date, and it was kind of going back a couple weeks. It was like kind of a task from like 2 weeks ago. And it's also an artist date that I had before, but I kind of just did it in my notebook. But it was to do a vision board. Ultimately, I did not do it. I got the paper, the board over there. I printed up some pictures at the library because, you know, the library's free. Gotta use your resources. And then I was supposed to go to Staples to get more pictures because I wanted some pictures printed out in color. And the library wasn't able to do that. And I gotta go back and get more pictures printed out at the library too. But I'm still gonna do it though. I still want to do it. A part of that was to also kind of like sit down and write exactly what I'm putting on the board, like, which would just be a plan of what I want my career and stuff to look like and how I'm growing as a musician and an artist and what I'm, you know, like, what are my plans for this week, this month, this year, the next year, stuff like that. So, yeah. I did actually sit down and write a little bit of that today. So I kind of started the second artist date. Didn't finish it though. It was, you know, just something that I like to do. You know, something that, one, is productive. You know, it's like getting something that I've been meaning to do done. And also, I just like cutting shit up and gluing the paper on another paper. It's fun. I do that shit all the time. It's just really fucking fun. I was doing that shit a lot in Florida. I was gluing shit in my other notebook. Hold on, wait. Where's my other notebook? I have so many notebooks. I'm gonna show a little something. I'm over here talking about don't make this video long, and I'm still here. I'm still motherfucking here doing this video. Okay. This is like, that's something I did in Florida. This too. Super cool, super cool. Yep, super cool. This one. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so just stuff. Yeah, I like to do that in my notebook sometimes. I did a paper in my other notebook too. Oh, look at my drawing. I did this while I was at a job interview one day. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I did that in another notebook too. But anyway, this time I wanted to do it on a paper, and I wanted to hang it up on my wall. You see, it's a lot of empty space on my walls. So, hey, that's my painting right there. I painted that. Can't really see it that clear, but those are my lips. Like literally, those are my lips all over the painting. Pretty cool. It says, what did you do? How did it feel? I said what I did. How did it feel? Okay, so painting my nails just was a chill self-care kind of vibe. I loved it. Love taking care of myself. And when I sat down to write, about, a little bit about my plan and what my vision is, it felt really productive. It felt good. It felt like I was getting something done that is like very, very necessary. So I kind of got a lot of other things like done and written down too. Not really pertaining to that, but also it has something to do with that at the same time. Three, did you experience any synchronicity this week?